Hey everyone, here we are with HB, and this is Jeeves, Domestic Sleepers, Team Sponsorship, all kinds of fancy stuff in here. Up against Wizard, which is probably going to be a very hard matchup for us. I'm on the keep, but I'm kind of worried about it because we only have one ice. He opens like a contract on either open central. We're going to be in a bit of trouble. But fingers crossed we will top deck ice or... Yeah, that's technically an ice. Kid with the guinea pigs. That's who I am. So what's the play here? To just install... I think it's cover R&D credit, which feels passive, but the Jeeves is not going to last by itself. I would want like Jeeves Lotus. Then I could try to get my Jeeves fast advance going on. She's actually in wild side, so maybe on Faust. Maybe this won't be as good as we thought. Most of the decks these days are playing like a Yogg. And you can stonewall them for a long time on this. Now, do I put this to HQ? I think I don't. Because I really want to have 2 for the remote before I do too much else. Two cards. Yeah. I mean, he can't reduce the 2-card requirement using suckers or anything, so this should tax him a few times. I'll have to pay me real money at the end to trash the Jeeves too, so this is a decent outcome for us. So we can shove the Vitruvius behind the Rota turret next. We want to make him pay like 4 cards. Would he bite? I feel like he might not. I feel like he might think we're just throwing stuff in there to tax him. So what tends to happen with the wild side, you end up with a bunch of cards you don't want to trash. He sees we're on 2 credits. Will he consider that as us not being able to score next turn anyway? Yeah, he will. Cool. So this shows us that his hand is good for him right now. He doesn't want to throw these cards out. So he managed to tax him a card, tax him the Parasite. Will he run again and spend 2 more cards? He won't. Alrighty then. So we're going to get 1. Doesn't feel great though. We're going to have a tough time taxing the Faust out. This lateral is a pretty great draw right now. We just need any kind of econ, right? So maybe we can act like we're worried about HQ, get him to come here. Res for 0. If we can get him to run, we're going to be gaining ground on him. The worst case for us if he does absolutely nothing except set up for like 6 turns. If he just goes full on setup mode, we're going to have a very hard time in the late game. But if he runs too much, he'll waste clicks, not getting a ton of value. So we pick up a Lotus Field again. So this Clone Suffrage is good against other decks. It's fairly bad against Wizard. We do have an ELP in here that could make it have a little bit of protection, but for the most part, not so much. So we can trigger him to run by installing here, but we'll probably lose the agenda. So let's just sacrifice these cards, which are not that exciting anyway, and we'll biotic out our agenda. So I do want to definitely tax him for 3 cards. There's now a 5-card remote. He can't run this every single turn, which is pretty relevant. So like maybe we slam the beta test after this and ask him to either pay 5 cards again. Oh, he's not even going to go for it. Weird. We could have snuck that one out then. So he's saying his hand is just really good right now. Do you want to play another ice? They cost him 2 more cards? Probably not. I don't know, maybe we should have installed the other clone stuff first. I think I wanted to do is install. So at least his Wizard credits won't get a ton of value. And if he doesn't kill all of them, we'll be able to get our shipment back or some other useful card. Recursion is kind of the color pie of HP, it seems. Which is a neat thing to have. So he's correctly decided that we've got something in hand. I hate giving these vigil draws. I thought about installing another one last turn, but our econ is so light right now. So this is cool. He's using Fausto Trash Paperclip, which will break through the first time, and next time he'll be able to do his thing. Kill the sponsorship. Probably he'll just trash this one. Let us cover beta test. I'm okay with this outcome. Yeah. So these were the bait. Did the job, I suppose. Take advantage of him only having 3 clicks. So our ice count of this deck is very low. It's 13. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 6 in 31, so we're definitely not firing this. I have a beta test curse on top of that, where even when the odds should favor me, I tend to get nothing. So we're going to doubly not fire that. So this was taxing Faust for a while. Problem is now it's not. And that's due to his real breakers coming online. Paperclip and Mimic. So what do? We just take money and then cover our and like res our Ichi. This puts us back like multiple turns. Wow. So I guess if we fired the beta test, he would have just got those points anyway. 3 single access, 6 points is a bit rough. But had we waited, I think it would have gone worse for us. So we're now in severe trouble. We need a biotic 2 more agendas to win, or biotic the food, which would require like 2 biotics and Gs, for example. Bit surprised he's doing this now, but it's the good one for us. What do we trash here? Oh, he's gonna actually pay 3 cards and $1. Yeah, that's fair. So there's still 4 gens in R&D. Not a high density, but not 0 either. Oh, hang on. Let's not do it like this. Well, actually, we don't have money or even res Jeeves, so we have to do it this way. So yeah, okay, I should be at now. Should be at 3 creds. So I could put the magnet, it would have been 1 extra card. But it cost me a whole turn of econ to get back together. Ain't looking good. Yeah, this makes sense. Charges suckers up, get access at the same time. I like it. He might just win in the spot here. Yeah, okay. So we're definitely hurting here. I think our play is to play the magnet and hope that he runs it. He needs 1 more sucker token, right? So he might come to HQ because we just protected it. He might also just run archives or whatever. Nothing's pretty good too. So our unique non-region asset is blank. That's the saddest thing. Don't like that. If I double draw, he'll get his vigil draw. It's a bit rough, but we kind of need to find our econ, right? Oh yeah, he's blank. Alrighty then. Well, that's a problem. Get our HP dollar for what it's worth, i.e. not very much right now. This turn, you probably just come and blast our EG. But we really can't purge. We're just giving him 2 to 3 cards and an entire turn to do whatever he wants. We have to like hope for a miracle in R&D. Biotic to clear room mill. He same old things it. Biotic can get another agenda to win the game. Feels basically impossible. So what I'm hoping for is he won't kill this because it's blank anyway. And we'll be able to run the beta test. No, he's going to kill it even though it's blank. That's fine. I guess at this point, if we don't fire the beta test, we get R&D locked for more than 1 turn. Right, so we actually have to just to have any chance whatsoever. Okay, we get a relevant ice for R&D. And don't lose the game in archives. So our Jeeves is now temporarily up. He might just same old thing for a mill to blanket again. Oh, my poor Lotus Field. Well, it wasn't that relevant anyway. I don't know if I like this play by him. It does burn the remote down. It's not pressuring R&D. I think same old thing Ruber does just as well in keeping the Jeeves down. Okay. Not good, not good. Is there any point in installing the other Ichi? Looks like we could cover R&D again. We'll go with another Architect. He's had enough suckers anyway, so we might as well play the one that can't be destroyed. So our outs are in another 3-2. There's 2 of them left. And then the 2 copies of Biotic and... or like another Jeeves play, for example, could work. No real point raising this. I want to keep the R&D strong. I want to save this for hopefully a magnet play on a Parasite. That would be pretty great. It would have been pretty great earlier too. Didn't happen. I needed that Ichi pretty bad. That's, oh yeah, 0 credits. Worked for me. So now if we install Team Spottership here, he would probably not run it. But it could be a great bluff, right? So maybe he would run it. I would top deck a 3-2. I'd be tempted to put it in here. He pays 3 to see it. Yeah. Probably moot now if he accesses it again. This is definitely right by him, checking every card in HQ. Some people just check one to let you have a agenda sitting in there being sneaky. Do I just nonchalantly put this in, or do I hope for Biotic? I think I'm going to hope for Biotic. Six creds exactly enough to make this work. I'm hoping he checks this. But maybe he won't check, and I could have put the bot or could have put the beta test and won the game that way. I'm hoping that because we're on game point, he's like, oh, I have to check this even though I don't want to. And it's probably just team sponsorship. I'm hoping that's his thought process. Yes, that's excellent. It's vital that he spends his money and time checking this and not just pounding HQ. I think at this point it's going to res Magnet. We could have resed it last turn. Costs him 1 card at a time. And 1 sucker which he gets back, so fairly underwhelming. I don't think it would have been a problem at all for him. And he wouldn't have had money for this biotic labor. Like, this is our main out. So I think saving the money to be able to play it was good. So I think 3 HQ runs here is like clearly right. This is decent too. If he thinks I didn't draw one, he can check us the top card so we don't top deck the agenda. This just costs him more for really the same % chance to hit. There's only 3 left in there, so I'm fingers crossed on this one. The other reason to be at exactly 6 credits is I'm hoping he won't think of how much money I need. Which maybe we'll ask afterwards if we thought I couldn't score here. Some people forget to account for the HB dollar to let you score from 6 instead of NEH's 7. Well, I actually can't believe we won that game. I feel like we probably should have lost that game pretty hard. When we lost 3 to individual single accesses consecutively, I was like, oh boy. But I got them out of the deck. So they weren't in our hand when he came around later to check our hand for stuff. I'd be pretty tempted to not check this card if I was the runner. Like, you know that team sponsorship's there. You know I'm going to install any card I have just to get my HB dollar. Am I really going to jam a 3-2 when I have biotic labors? It's a mind game, right? It's completely dependent on what you know what the other person's like. Like, I'm usually a fairly safe player, I would say. Whenever I can afford to be safe, I like to be safe. So for me, knowing I have these biotics that win the game safely, it's very hard for me to just play the entire game on him not running this with any of his 4 clicks. So I think he could have safely thought that this was not an agenda and then not run it. I think probably also killing G's was not right. I think same old Rumil was way better. Hard to say. I think he discarded Employee Strike too, which I might have thought about playing because I was poor the entire game. He was down to $1 here and there. Even at the end, like same old Employee Strike would have been fine because I was clicking for credit left and right. There's probably not quite enough econ in this deck. Though I think our deck had some we just didn't draw. Like, we do have close to half our remaining deck is econ. We've got 5 econs out of 11. So, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching.